Hey people of YouTube, Dragon Pro 3 here once again. I know I was supposed to upload another video, what was, I think 2-3 days ago, but I ended up getting sidetracked by writing a story. I also had this really crazy idea for a story I was writing. So I ended up getting sidetracked and didn't stop writing until like 4 o'clock the next morning, and then I had work until like at 8, so I went right to bed, only to wake up like 2 hours later. So right after that, after work, I ended up going to take a nap, and then I got distracted by a friend of mine on Skype. So I don't know, there's lots of distractions. Um, but anyway, so today, as you can tell down here, we get to do How to Train Your Dragon. Now this one I hold near and dear to my heart. I love this movie to death. When I was a kid, my very, very first stuffed animal was a stuffed dragon. I mean, I would get him. He's in my room, but I don't know. I'm lazy and I don't feel like getting up. Um, but I had him ever since I was like 2 years old. So he's roughly, God, he's like 17 years old. So I've had him for 17 years, and he still holds up very well. But I've loved dragons ever since I was 2. So I was collecting them throughout my entire life, and then all of a sudden this movie came out to where they finally made a movie when the dragons weren't the villain. They are now the heroes of this. I am so happy that they did that. At first, they did play them off as villains. Um, but honestly, it was all a matter of perspective of whether or not you're looking from the view of the dragons or the view of the Vikings. So it all is a matter of perspective. But my god, I was so happy when this came out because they made Toothless adorable yet threatening when need be. And that is what a dragon is. They're not always terrifying. They're not always trying to kill people or steal maidens or friggin' steal jewels and hoard them away. I mean, that's characteristics of a few. I mean, and that's a good chunk of what they do, but they don't always do that. They're not always trying to eat your face. But anyway, I'm ranting here about just dragons in general. But anyway, this movie is fantastic. I love this movie. Automatically, I'm giving it 5 out of 5. I love this movie. I completely recommend you get it because this is such a good movie. This movie, I don't even know. Um, anyway, so the animation is incredible. It is probably the one movie that started my fascination and my love of computer animation. And it's because of this movie, along with a few others, but if they show up from the random Fedora, I will talk about it more. But it is one of the movies that started my love of computer animation, and I'm actually in college right now studying to become a computer animator, and my dream company is DreamWorks. I want to work for them because they are fantastic. I mean, I adore Pixar too, but honestly, I think DreamWorks has a little bit more heart to their movies. No offense, Pixar, but I'm just saying. Um, but I love this movie. There is very few things wrong with it. I mean, there's a couple of things that kind of don't make sense. I mean, I can't think of one off the top of my head, but I remember going through the movie going, wait a minute, how does that work? I don't know. But just the cast is fantastic. I mean, the voice acting is really good. I mean, everybody suits all the characters, and that's great. Um, in fact, in the theater when I found out that Gerard Butler was Stoic Hiccup's father, I was like, what? That can't be him. When I hear Gerard Butler, I think Phantom of the Opera and Gamer. What? It was really weird. But that just shows the fact that he was that good of a voice actor in order to be able to portray that character accurately. Um, but just everybody was great in that movie. I love that movie so much. I probably said that like 8 million times. I love this movie. Um, and I'm so happy I was able to gush about it because my friends and family are sick of hearing it. That's why they got me the movie to shut me up. But it's just one of those feel-good movies that you just sit there and you wish the dragons were real. Even if you don't like dragons, everybody has admitted they want a Toothless. He's adorable. Who wouldn't want a Toothless? Oh my god. And hell, some of the other dragons are pretty cool too. I mean, the Monstrous Nightmare. He's probably my second favorite dragon other than Toothless. Um, but it's crazy because these dragon designs and all the work that they put into doing these things, making sure that each one has a personality or each one has a weird quirk or their fire's a different texture. I mean, the Monstrous Nightmare pretty much almost spews lava, but it's sticky, so it like sticks whenever it hits something. But it is just a great movie. The soundtrack is fantastic. Um, Again, the animation is incredible. The flying scenes are fantastic. I love the flying scenes. Makes you. I saw this in 3D and back whenever it was in theaters, and it was incredible. I've seen it in 2D and 3D, and 3D was incredible. If I had a 3D TV, I would get it in 3D, but unfortunately I don't. So imagination. Um, but man, this movie is incredible. I recommend everybody go see it because honestly, or if you have seen it, you gotta admit it's pretty friggin' awesome. I don't care how old you are or how old you think you're too old for kids movies or anything. I'm like 20 years old. I'm gonna be 20 in December, and I still love this kids movie. Kids movies have more heart and actually make me care about the characters more than a horror movie does when all you're looking at the characters as is Dead Meat 1, Dead Meat 2, and so on and so forth. I don't care about horror movie characters because all you know is that they're gonna die. There's no build up whatsoever. They're just gonna die. It just depends on which one's gonna survive to the very end and then get axed off as a plot twist or whatever. I don't get it. Okay? Like I don't mind horror movies. They're fun. But I don't know. There's something about kids' movies that I enjoy so much more because there seems to be so much more effort into them. And I can appreciate that. Now that I'm older, I can appreciate that work. And more specifically to animated movies, I can appreciate how much work is put into the animation too in order to get the facial features and the accuracy and like all the hair that they have to do and the fur and the scales and everything. I can really appreciate that because it takes forever just to draw, let alone animate. Because you gotta make sure everything works right, everything is pliable to where it moves correctly, like bone and whatnot. It is so extensive that people don't give it enough credit, and that is really sad. Because yes, it's a kids movie, but there's so much work put into it. I mean, wow. I mean, I want to be a part of that, which is why I'm working to be in that field. I want to be there. I want to be able to look, in the theater and be like, I animated that. I worked hard. That looks awesome. I want to be able to do that. So, anyway, yeah, final verdict 5 out of 5. Gotta get it. This is friggin' awesome. You could probably end up getting it cheap at Walmart or, your local supermarket or whatever. I just know that Walmarts are pretty much almost everywhere. Um, yeah, so go ahead. You gotta see it, please. And then write your comments in the comment section below. I want to know what you guys think about it because honestly, it's a great movie. I love it. Um, so can't recommend it enough. It is just a fun movie. Um, so that's it for How to Train Your Dragon because honestly, this thing is just awesome all the way around. There's not much more to say. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up How to Train Your Dragon, but now we get to do random Fedora time again. Oh, and if this seems like really odd, like the recording and everything, it's because my cat Oliver, he's being an idiot. I mean, he's bumped my laptop like so many times. I don't know if it showed up on this or not. I have no idea because he just keeps walking by my laptop and it's bothering the hell out of me. But anyway, I've had to record this like 4 different times, which is why I'm making it brief compared to the other ones. The other ones I just kept ranting. Gotta lift it up so I know I'm not looking. Alright, what we got? Oh, goody! Alright, I'm glad that this is only a 3... It's gonna be like a 3-part thing. Because now we get to do Evil Dead. And that includes Evil Dead 1 and 2. Oliver, get the hell out of here. And the remake that just came out. I've seen both the original and the remake. So the only one that I have to technically watch is the second one, but I'll rewatch them, except for the remake, because honestly, I really don't want to have to suffer through that again. More on that later. So, anyway, so next time will be Evil Dead, the original with Bruce Campbell. So, that'll be my next one, and I shall see you guys next time, okay? Hope you guys enjoyed this review, and please, go see How to Train Your Dragon. I can't recommend it enough. Anyway, this has been Dragon Pro 3 for movie reviews. Catch you guys later.